Hello friends, welcome in to this class. Thank you for being here. Today we have a Vinyasa style class where we will be creating some fire, particularly focusing on balance and hugging all of our energy in to the center, at prana, creating some fire, moving with our breath. I have my blocks, I have my knee pads, but as always, you never need anything but your body. You don't even need a mat. I will quit talking and we'll find child's pose. So just to get settled in, find our breath. You can take an extended child's pose with your arms out in front, knees wide. Or if it feels better, if it feels safer, you can bring your knees closer together and take your arms behind you. So find your child's pose. We'll stay here for a few breaths. If you have an intention or if you like to set an intention as part of your practice, now would be a lovely time to do so. You can choose something like presence, being present today or on your mat throughout today's practice. You can choose kindness, being kind to yourself and others while you're on the mat and off the mat. There was one on my tee today. I'll pop it up here. Maybe you want to choose this one. I think it said, let's choose to create, to build with our energy instead of destroy. I think that's really powerful, and you can take that however you'd like to take it. Start to draw deeper inhales and longer exhales, and soften. Inhale, feel the back expand with air. Exhale, let it go and soften. Take a couple more. On your next inhale, whenever you're ready, we'll move into tabletop. Shift the weight forward onto all fours. Move through cat-cow, you guessed it. Inhale, drop the belly, slide the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine. And take any other movements here that may feel good. Maybe it feels good to go side to side. Take some spinal rolls. Warm up through your wrists. Face them towards each other. Away from each other. If it feels good to face one or both back towards you, and gently peel back. Always listening to your body. If you've ever sprained a wrist before, luckily I haven't. You may feel a little more sensitivity or some more, the only word coming to mind is kinkiness. So we'll go with that, kinkiness in one. Just listen, be careful. And we'll tops of the hands down. And back to all fours. So inhale, neutral spine, flat back position. Exhale, twist over towards the right. So hips go towards right, gaze goes right. Back stays that neutral, just kind of kinking that way. Inhale, lengthen, neutral spine. Exhale, gaze left, hips left. Inhale, neutral. Take this a couple more times. Exhale, gaze right, hips right. And then other side. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale, neutral spine. We'll take the right leg out. Keep the toes tucked and on our mat and find some pulses. So stretching through the ankle, through the calf, the back of the right leg. And then we'll lift, starting to activate through our core to lift the leg. This lower abdomen starts to fire up. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, hug everything in. Oh. Inhale, kick it back out. Sorry, that was my dog. And take one more. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, send it out long. And from here, begin to shift the weight onto your left fingertips. And maybe left arm reaches out long in front. Left tricep hugging the left ear. Right heel still extended long behind us. So we're reaching forward through the fingertips, reaching back through the heel. Inhale. Exhale, elbow and knee to the nose, round. Squeeze everything in. Inhale, reach back out. Exhale one more time. Hug it in. Inhale, reach. And exhale, left hand reaches around to the left to grab that foot. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you kick into that hand. Find a little bit of a back bend, a quad stretch. One more breath here. Exhale, release, let it go. We'll take it to the other side. Send the left leg out long, toes still on the mat. Take your pulses, stretching through the ankle and the calf. And we'll send it up. Notice how it feels on this side. We're activating through the core. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it long. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, send it back out long. Start to shift the weight into our left palm. Come up on the right fingertips. And then maybe you send the right hand out forward. Right tricep hugging the right ear. Inhale to reach forward, reaching backward with the heel. Exhale, round. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale to lengthen and reach around towards the right to grab that foot. Maybe you kick into the hand, open the chest, find your back bend. And then we'll release. Beautiful. So when you're ready, and then from tabletop, step your right foot in between the hands and find your low lunge. Taking a couple breaths here. Keep your hips square, hips sinking down towards the mat. If you have your blocks, maybe it feels better to prop yourself up. I actually will use my blocks here. Exhale, send the hips back as you straighten your front leg. Flex your toes up towards your forehead. Inhale, keep the spine nice and long. And exhale, fold over. Take a couple breaths here. We're going to find a little bit of a flow. Inhale to low lunge. Chest shines forward. Hips go low. Exhale, half split. Flex the toes. Keep your spine straight through all of these movements. Inhale, send it forward. Exhale back. And then inhale, forward low lunge. Optional quad stretch. Reach back with the right hand for the left foot. Breathe here. And then we'll release. Take it to the other side. Step back to tabletop. And then step your left foot through in between the hands for the lunge. Maybe you use your blocks. Inhale. Exhale, half split. Take a couple breaths here. Straighten the spine. And then fold. And we'll find our flow. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. A few rounds of these. And then we'll find our quad stretch. Reach back with the left hand for the right foot. Notice how it may feel different on one side compared to the other, letting that be okay. And then release. Send it back to tabletop. Tuck the toes underneath you. And then we'll find our first downward facing dog. Take some moments here, pedal the legs. And you sway your hips side to side. Find some pedals. Maybe play with shifting your weight forward and back. Maybe while simultaneously pedaling. Whatever feels good. Actively pressing out of our shoulder blades and our palms. Careful not to crash or crunch in the upper body. And when you're ready, we will find a forward fold. So you can either walk your feet up to the top of the mat to meet the hands, or you can walk your hands towards you to the back of the mat. Your choice. In your forward fold, you can grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Ragdoll, if that feels good. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Finding a little flow here. Inhale to halfway lift. Hands where feel good to you. Thighs, shins, on your toes, on the mat. Taking a few more rounds. that fluidity, moving with your breath. Throughout this class, your breath may be different to my breath. My breath may be different to your breath. Move to your own pace. If you need to slow me down or speed me up, that's the beauty of yoga. YouTube yoga. Yoga YouTube. Yoga on YouTube. Sorry. Okay. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, slowly rise all the way up. Crown of the head last to rise, taking your time. Don't want to block out. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Shoulders stay down and back, relaxed. And then exhale, grab the left wrist with the right hand, and we're going to gently pull it over to the right for a side body stretch. If you'd like to deepen this, you can take your left foot behind and to the right of you. A couple deep breaths here. Maybe you gaze up to the sky or your ceiling. Inhale back through center. Exhale, side stretch over to the left. Couple breaths. Inhale back up. Exhale, forward fold, either swan diving or prayer hands, your choice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. So we're either going to walk our feet back or walk your hands forward. And then we'll lower down to our knees just for this first one. And then slowly lower all the way down, micro speed. Belly and chest reach the mat. Inhale, keep the hands where they are. Lift the chest, baby cobra. Pressing down through your pubic bone, squeezing the glutes, protecting your lower back. Exhale, release. Send it back through tabletop. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. On an inhale, right leg sweeps high, three-legged dog. Exhale, open the hips, scorpion pose. Knee goes up to the sky. And take some circles with the knee. Get a little hip massage going on. Find some movements that feel good to you. We're still pressing our left heel towards the mat, our chest towards the thigh. If you're drawing circles, go ahead and reverse your direction. Inhale, we'll meet three-legged dog, square the hips back down to the mat. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Drop your knee to hover it an inch or two above the mat. Send it back up. And then three-legged dog, send it back. Exhale, knee to the right elbow and hold. Activating your core. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, cross it over to the left elbow and hold. And inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to nose. As you step it through between the hands, rise up, high lunge. See, even to me, this is balance. Like, I can struggle more with lifting up into high lunge than like a headstand sometimes. It's all about squeezing everything into the center, rooting through our root points. So here it's our right foot, all four corners of the right foot, the back left ball or arch of the foot. And take a couple breaths. Hips are square to the front edge of our mat. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Hands can be at prayer or overhead. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. And straighten your front leg, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. No rush. Right hand can find the mat. Maybe you hover for an extra core challenge. Left hand overhead. Taking a couple breaths here. Careful not to lock through your front leg. And on an exhale, bend through your front knee. Find extended side angle. Here you can place elbow to the knee. Keep your hand where it is. Or maybe you reach for a bind. Interlacing the hands behind each other, behind your leg. And if you're bound, go ahead and unbind. Rise back up, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, we're going to lower down, drop the back knee for low lunge. Inhale. And exhale, straighten your front leg. See if you can find your half split pose without using your hands. So come up onto the heel. Keep your spine nice and long. Maybe you find a fold. Arms go behind you, or you can interlace, or you can always use your hands. Maybe you just accept a little bit of a challenge, embrace the shakes, embrace the falls. Inhale, back through low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, take your chaturanga, lift the back leg, send the right leg back, high plank. You can always lower the knees or skip it completely and just meet in downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. I'm going to sip my tea. When you're ready, we'll take that sequence on the other side. Inhale, left leg goes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, open the knee, open the hip, scorpion. You can find stillness or maybe draw circles. Or just find some movements that feel good for your hip. If you're drawing circles, reverse your direction. Getting any healthy pops out. And inhale back to three-legged dog. Square your hips to the front. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Hover your knee a couple inches above the mat. Inhale, shoot it back up. And then send it back, three-legged dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, knee to the left elbow and hold. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, cross it over, right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to nose as you step it through. And find your high lunge. So squeezing everything in towards center. Crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. Shoulders down and relaxed. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Gazing past our left middle finger. Shoulders down. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. And then exhale, triangle. Great time to use a block. A couple breaths here. And exhale, extended side angle, your variation. Maybe you find a bind. If you're bound, we'll release. Lift back up to warrior two, keeping the legs where they are. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, lower that back knee, find low lunge. And then with or without the hands, can you find your way in a half split? So you may need to heel toe your heels slightly forward. And then find your balance. You can always bring your blocks over to help you. Take a couple breaths. And we'll inhale back to low lunge, arms up. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands, find high plank. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. Maybe grab a water. We'll repeat this flow and add a little bit more on. So when you're ready, inhale, right leg long. Exhale, open for scorpion. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Optional fallen star. You could hover or find your outer right foot on the ground. Inhale, left hand reaches up. On an inhale, find three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, extended side angle, bend into your front foot. Exhale, maybe bind. Inhale, straighten that front leg, bound triangle. Exhale, bend back in, rise up. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, soften. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, low lunge, lower the back knee. Inhale. Exhale, half split, with or without the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift back up. Exhale, three-legged dog. Plant your hands. Send the right leg high. Exhale, pyramid pose. So here we're going to keep our right leg straight. If we can always bend it as we step it up and through. Hug everything in towards the center. And find our stance in pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold. Option here to find your bind, interlace the hands behind you. And then from our pyramid, we're going to lift up to standing. So with or without the hands, press into both feet as you lift up. And we're going to find a slight bend in the back foot until our right heel lifts up. So I'm going to go with that one more time. Whoa. Okay. So we're in our pyramid pose. If we don't have a hands, we can be like this. Inhale, lift up to stand. Take the weight into your back foot. Take a slight bend. You might need to drag the right foot heel back to come into a one-legged stand. So I hope you're here. Are strong in the legs, strong hip flexor, strong core. Arms can be overhead. Inhale. And exhale with the leg lifted. We're going to find a warrior three. Taking this leg all the way to the back. Challenging our balance. And then warrior three. Exhale, standing split. Hands come above the left foot. Using your right glute to send that right foot high. Take a couple breaths. Where can you soften? And then from here, we're going to pull our right foot through for pistol squat. You can grab hold with your right hand. Bend into your left foot as we come into pistol squat. Inhale. And exhale, plant the right foot. Send the weight forward. Meet back in your high lunge. Beautiful. Exhale, take a chaturanga. Option to keep the right leg hovered. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. Maybe some open mouth sighs, exhales to let all that air out. And we'll repeat on the other side. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Fallen star. You can hover or relax that foot on the mat or the ground. Right hand reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hand. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Find your high lunge on the inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, extended side angle. Maybe you bind. Exhale to soften. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, low lunge. Lower the back knee. Inhale. Exhale, half split. Maybe you don't use your hands this time. Inhale, high lunge. Tuck your back toes. Lift the back leg. Exhale, three-legged dog. Plant your hands. Left leg goes back high. And then with a straight leg, inhale. Exhale, step the left foot slightly towards the middle of your mat and set up pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Maybe you bind your hands behind your back for an extra balance challenge. And on inhale, press through your feet to lift up. And we're going to come up to one leg stand on our back right foot. So bend into that leg to lift the left leg up. Embrace the shakes, embrace the fire. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, take that leg up and around. sorry, pothos. Find your warrior three. Taking up a lot of space today. Inhale. Exhale, standing splits. Hands find right in front of the right foot. Left leg sends out high. Use your right glute to send the leg up. Even really place your chest down towards the thigh. Think about folding. On an inhale, we're going to pull the left leg through. Bend down into our right pistol squat. So all this is completely optional. Listen to your body. Try the best you can. Do other poses. This is your practice. You can always modify and skip and do completely other things. We're just here to guide you always, no matter what people say. That's my hot take. Okay. When you're ready, we'll send it back through to high lunge. And then exhale, chaturanga. Option to keep the left leg covered. And we'll all meet downward facing dog. Option to take a child pose. For a few breaths, we're going to repeat this flow one more time on both sides, adding a little bit more on. Inhale, right leg goes out high. Exhale, scorpion, or option to take a wild thing. You can take a floating wild thing. Let your right foot hover over the mat. Take a full wild thing. You can even go into a wheel. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Option fallen star. Maybe you hover this time. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, high lunge. Step it through. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, extended side angle. On your next inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend back in. Inhale, rise up. Next inhale, high lunge. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, half split. Inhale, high lunge. Lift the back leg. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, pyramid pose. Right foot steps to the center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Maybe bind your hands behind your back. Inhale to rise up. Ooh. And bend into that back leg. Lift up to a stand. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, standing splits. So option here if you have a full pistol squat in your practice to take it. So you can pull your right foot through, squat, lift up, back into our stand. And we're going to find dancer pose. So grab your right foot behind you, left arm reaches up, chest stays up and lifted. And then we kick into that hand. Find a slight back bend. Don't forget your breath. And we'll come back to a stand, back to standing splits. Right leg goes up high, left hands plant. And then walk your hands out to a high plank and take your chaturanga, leg lifted or not. Exhale, downward dog. Taking a few breaths. Maybe open mouth, let it all out. Last flow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, open. Take your wild thing, your floating wild thing, your wheel. Inhale, back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Need a nose, don't step it through. Exhale, need a nose. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, need a left elbow. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, need a right elbow. Fallen star. Maybe you hover. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, bend the front leg. Maybe you find a bind. Inhale to straighten that front leg. Exhale, bend in. Inhale to rise back up, warrior two. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, low lunge. And then on your next exhale, find your half split. Maybe you bind the hands behind you. Inhale, back to high lunge, lift the back leg. Exhale, plant the hands, three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step it through, pyramid pose. Maybe you interlace. If you've been struggling, maybe getting back up on your back foot, maybe shorten your pyramid stance here. On an inhale, lift up. Exhale, lift the left leg. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, take it to the back. Warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, standing splits. So option here, take your full pistol squat. I'll give it a go, but we'll ultimately meet in our dancer pose. Okay. So chest stays nice and lifted, reaching up, up, up. Kicking into the back foot, feeling that back bend, feeling like the beautiful dancer that we are. I'm sweating. And then we'll release the foot, find our standing splits. Walk the hands out, high plank. Take your final chaturanga. And we'll exhale, move into a child's pose. Collect your breath. Let it all go. Take a few moments. You showed up today. The hard part is over. On an inhale, whenever you're ready, walk your hands up to sitting on the tops of your feet. I forget what this is called. I'm so sorry. But we'll find a nice easy twist. So right hand walks back, left hand outer thigh, gaze over the right shoulder. Move back their center. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, sit up. And then find our way laying down. Just take your legs out beside you. Find the center of your mat. And we'll meet in waterfall pose. So heels up towards the sky. Just letting the blood flow in the opposite direction. Might feel good to place your hand on the back of your thighs. And play with flexing your toes towards you and then pointing. Maybe you take some circles. Your breaths may start to slow down naturally. And we'll plant our left foot down, cross your right ankle over, find reclined figure 4. You can reach for the back of that left thigh and pull everything in towards you. Should feel a pretty good stretch here in your outer right glute, your outer right hip. If you're not feeling it, maybe push your right knee away from you. Take it to the other side. Plant the right foot. Left ankle crosses. Whoop. And then reach for the back of your right thigh and hug it all in. And then release. Moving into supine twist. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Or find your favorite twist variation. And we'll guide it over to the left. Just keeping your right shoulder blade glute in, gaze towards the right. And take it to the other side. Hug your left knee in and draw it over towards the right. Gaze goes left. And we'll take our final resting pose, whether that's full corpse pose, savasana, legs out long, or if you feel better with your feet planted, knees naturally falling in towards each other. Find your safe place, your comfortable pose. I'll take just a few minutes here at the end of our practice to just be, just to exist, practice being a corpse. So allow all your muscles to soften, allow any tension to melt away into your mat, and just stay. I'll call you out in about a few minutes. If you know already that you want longer, I'll go ahead and pause this. I appreciate you all for being here. always remember you can pause me if you would like more time. There is no rush. But if you're still with me and you're ready, we'll take our legs out long, arms out long, overhead. Find a full body stretch. Wiggle through the toes, wiggle through the fingers. And we'll roll onto our right side. And then slowly press your way up into a seat. No need to rush and not undo the work we just did, but send your maybe calm nervous system into a state of, okay, let's go. No. So, we'll take one last breath together. Find a nice comfortable seat. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Maybe bow your head. Thank you all. Thank yourselves and your bodies for all that it does for you on and off the mat. I hope you all enjoyed today's practice. I hope you were kind to yourself and moved with grace and continue to do so both on and off the mat. Be kind to yourself and others. Please subscribe and follow me on Instagram if you haven't done so already. Let me know what more you'd like to see. I'd love to provide that. And have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.